Minister and Right Honorable Prime Minister, today I think is a blessed day that the women of the whole country from all the borders of Uganda here, and I think for the first time in the history of this country since the East African ministry was established. I know it is their day. I will not talk a lot, but I want to give this statement that during your tenure as the Speaker, you played the biggest role in making sure that the women on the cross-border are protected, are empowered, and also are involved into the medium and the small-scale trade. Many times, the ladies that want to report, I have been one of your voices in Parliament, because the problems facing Alegu are the same facing Mutukula, are the same facing Ruakaka. We all border people have the same problems. When they call us names of smugglers, all borders have that name. And when they mention a cross-border, all borders have that name. Therefore, Madam, I want to thank you for that struggle, and God enough has placed you again in a very good office, which now the women and the border people are going to benefit directly. And I think the national chairperson of the circle, you did the right thing, that this is the best person to choose on to meet, so that we can champion the strengthening of the Federation for East Africa. Madam Minister and the Prime Minister, therefore, allow me to introduce Madam Mariam Babu, who is their national chairperson, that she would lead us through. Then you would come to give your statement. But before she comes, I had brought a message to you that the women of cross-border were praying that after COVID coming down, they will be happy to see you on their borders.
Yes. I will go there. I will go to the border.
So that the people they work with, you know that they are not
alone.
Border orphans, but they have their person, and very strong person who can stand in for them. Therefore, Madam National Chairperson, I invite you to take over.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Right Honorable Minister. First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to come and meet you as a cross-border business community. Before you is the committee of the Uganda Women Cross-Border Traders Cooperative, which was formed in 2012 as an association with the support of the Eastern African Support Initiative for the Advancement of Women, that's the YASI, to provide the space, listen, amplify women's voices while working with others at the grassroots. Our active engagement is on advocacy issues and articulation of women's rights and concerns, and empowering women cross-border traders in the East African community. Uganda National Women Cross-Border Traders Cooperative institute a significant percentage of informal cross-border traders, mainly dealing in staple food commodities like maize, beans, banana, pineapple, etc. And this has direct impact on food security in the region. Majority of rural and urban dwellers engage in this trade as a form of employment and livelihood strategy. Women in informal cross-border trade face unique challenges in the course of transacting their business, in spite of the contribution they bring to the economy. As it is in the case of other sectors, our economy, however, the women's contribution goes unrecognized. Statistics estimate that every 10 traders, 6 are women, strengthening the nation that its trade is very crucial and household well-being. Most of the women are cross-border traders by choice, but are compelled by need to earn a living and feed their families. Informal cross-border trade is characterized by many risks, challenges, and they mostly affect women. Women cross-border traders have not fully embraced the ES protocols, the essential basics and opportunities. Challenges they face in their day-to-day activities, despite the protocol having provisions for financial gains. Our mission was having a community where women are economically empowered and free from gender inequality. Our vision is to promote the empowerment and effective integration of women at all levels of development. The objectives of the National Women Cross-Border Traders Cooperative is to engage participation of women in the business at policy formulation and implementation levels, to recognize and support national, regional, and local associations that promote women in trade and development activities of our country. We are also have an objective of mobilizing funds in terms of grants and credits for the development and sustainability of cooperatives and associations. The Uganda Women Cross-Border Traders Cooperative is composed of 17 borders. Board of Mutukula, Busia, Malaba, Katuna, Elegu, Oraba, Goli, Bunagana, Isasha, Rwakaka, Mirama Hills, Mpondwe, Chikagati, Madiope, Ntoroko, Butogota, and Shanika, with a membership of more than 7,000 women in cross-border trade as members of the cooperative. What so far have you achieved being in this cooperative? First and foremost, yes, trained us in different skills, like life skills. We are trained in leadership. We also got a chance of being trained and sensitized on the benefits of the EAC integration, procedures of crossing the border, required documents, and relevant agencies, which has also promoted the formalization of cross-border trade by the women cross-border traders. The four forms of harassment. We have unharmonized policies in the region, whereby you find that Uganda, Kenya, Rwanda has its own domestic policies, and these affect us, like the trade policy, percentages of VAT are different in different partner states. Then we have some borders don't have banks. The cost of transactions. The charges on the banker withdrawals and mobile money are so high. They affect also us. We have the exchange rate fluctuation. We have high taxation. Some borders have poor roads, which affect the movement of goods. We have poor cross-border cooperation among the partner states, like the border of Uganda and Rwanda is closed, and our associations along that line are affected in that they can't access market on either partner states. We have lack of supervision, support, and mentorship from government agencies, lack of recognition by some government ministries. We also have insecurity at the borders. Also, we have non-tariff barriers attached to the simplified trade regime in the form of restrictions, prohibitions, and bans. These are done immediately without even notice. Like Kenya have been banning our goods from entering their country with immediate effect, and we have lost the money as cross-border traders. Effects of COVID. The immediate closure of the borders affected the small-scale traders a lot, as our modes of transporting goods is by bicycles, carts. Some women carry them on their heads. But when the guidelines came, they didn't cater for us. It was only trucks. So it means the businesses collapsed. Movement was also restricted, so this affected so much the small-scale traders. What are our recommendations as women cross-border traders in this country? We would recommend that the EAC and Uganda should plan for a post-COVID recovery program for the women cross-border traders. Then we need sensitization of women traders and also agencies on the existing policies and the laws. We also need the partner states to harmonize areas of operation. Also, the ministry and the Ministry of East African Community and the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives should engender budgets and monitor the implementation. Because sometimes the budgets are there, but implementation is not monitored. We need to address insecurity across the borders. We need to advocate for opening of the borders, which will close especially Rwanda and Uganda. We need to rethink on the taxes on mobile money and banking transactions to enable digital financing. Then we should humbly request your office, Madam Honorable Minister for ESC, to support the cooperatives at the border so that we can sustain ourselves in cross-border trade as we also sustain the society and our family. Thank you so much.
Structures of the local government. So you don't benefit from the programs?
No.
You're hanging?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's an important area. We need to think about specifically. And how many cooperatives do you have now countrywide? The circles, your own. The cross-border circle.
The cross-border circles, mostly we have 6 of them, but we have borders which have no one-stop border posts. Those ones have not yet started operating.
So the circles are around the one border post.
Yes.
So
Every border.
everyone border post has got a
Like
circle.
Katuna has a circle, like
Tukura.
Busi a circle, Manabi circle.
So someone in Wakaka will not be in the circle.
Yes, they are not yet communized.
Okay. Okay. I think
The
that's
younger border, they are not yet communized.
that's an important issue. The insecurity, we need to address that. The non-type barriers. Yes, the bans which come without notice are really a problem because you have not planned for them. They just find you on the way and say, now, don't come in, and they travel.
And they are perishing.
Okay, that's another important point. Now, how do you work on the sensitization of your other colleagues?
Yeah, basically we have trained TOGs in our association. So we go to the communities, sensitize also some borders which don't have information and associations. That's why we had brought our work plan here so that we identify those specific borders which don't have associations so that we can train them, sensitize them, so that they can also understand the benefits in the ES and also do legal trade with the dignity. Madam Honorable Minister of ESC, also in this very committee, the ECOWAS requested our women to go in their region to sensitize their women how ESC does it. This exercise that we have TOTs and we can train our women in the trade and select them from associations where they are not.
Okay. So does EFC fund their training programs?
We are happy that you have ESC officers at every border, but they are desk officers. I was challenging them that they should come out of offices and say that people know the importance of the East African protocols. Because many times our people are found in two folds that are by mistake because they are not informed. And therefore, that's why I request them one time before you came in here that when the ministry is making a budget, they should have a big component of community sensitization. Because the federation is the new ideology in this region, and most people don't know it. And the only way they can know when you sensitize them. And secondly, you have people, the permanent secretary, whom I don't know, I'm sorry, and the commissioner, and too much in Kampala. Too much in Kampala. 5 years, I've never seen a PS on the board of here. I've never seen a commission. I've never seen anybody. When anything comes small, that's why we have been disturbing you on floor panel. So I request that since you are always an action leader, let them be action like you on ground, and we are ready to work together with them. I am currently the chairperson of members of parliament from the borders. Our officers are ready to work with you, make sure that our people know the importance of preparation. It is very important. And right now, this ministry is the best ministry that can deliver this region.
What I can pledge is that I will work out arrangements to capture the other areas which are not under EAC, so that they can also benefit from training, and also come up to speed with the laws, the taxes, the information. I think that's what we need to do next.
Therefore, as we have affirmative action and other areas, Boader should also have special money kept for women on the border. But also, I would pray at the Prime Minister, this manual the officer was talking about, in case you have copies and every lady will go with a copy, that would be a good place.
The harmonized training manual.
Yes.
It would be good if they went home with them, because they're now going to different parts of the country. So, we need to find a response team for them, instead of because now if you are sitting in Maraba, somebody's in Kampala, maybe they are late to the office, your colleagues are not answering, but you need help at the border. How do you handle that? Is there a trade officer at the border to handle emergencies?
No.
From Kampala? But that's what they're complaining about. They want rapid response nearer to them. But trade information desk is really a desk about trade issues. But if I've suffered an injury and I need help, that's what they're talking about. Who will respond? There's nobody. So we need to plan, to work around that.